Hi, this is Josh. I usually use a Weller WES 51 iron. It's a 50-watt temperature controlled station, and I've used it for everything from micro soldering to BGA work to some heavier duty stuff, and it's a great iron. But I'm working on a project here while I'm at college, and I am not going to have an outlet where I need to solder, so I can't use my normal iron. So I was looking on Amazon and I found this, and I'm going to look at it in this video and see if it's a piece of crap or if it's going to be useful for some light soldering work where an outlet's not available. I should point out this video is not sponsored. I have no... First of all, I don't even know what the company is that makes this. It's not on the box at all. And I have no contact with this company or the sellers at all. I bought this with my own money, and if it's a piece of crap, I'll tell you, and I'm going to return the thing. So we'll see. I think it cost me like 20 bucks, something like that, 25 bucks. And I mean, they give you a bunch of stuff, and personally, I wish they would put the money all into the iron itself, because I'm betting you a lot of these accessories are just garbage. But I guess we'll see. So let's take a look at this and see what we got. I do like that it has a nice case. That's going to be useful for carrying it around. So we got this case here. Let's see. We got a little manual here. Let's see. Is there anything useful in here? Well, we've got some instructions. Looks like we've got a couple different languages. Who needs it? All right, let's take a look at what we've actually got here. I'm curious what this is. Let's see. Our tips. Yes, all right, so this is one of the reasons I bought this specific one, is it came with these 3 tips here. It has a kind of like a flat tip here. You can do some drag soldering with it. It's got a little knife tip, and it's got a conical. So nice that they give you 3 tips with this. The other reason I bought this one over some of the other ones was this one claims to be 15 watts. And a lot of the other ones I saw were like 4 to 8 watts. So, however, because this is small and sleek, the runtime is not as good as some of the other ones, but I don't care. I'm not going to be needing it. I think it said 30 minutes or something of continuous use, and that's plenty for what I need. I'm only going to need it for a couple minutes at a time. So, and also, the other thing is this iron is not too bulky. A lot of the battery ones are really thick. This one is not too bad. I mean, it's definitely thicker and chunkier than my Weller, but it's really not bad, and it's not too top heavy or anything, so that's another reason I picked this one. Let's see, USB cable, that's useful. Let's see, now these, all right, so it's interesting that they include this. You can buy these on Amazon, you see them all over the place. I don't really love these because they jam up super easy. Of course, this one's new, so it's going to work fine. But if you have one of these, you need to constantly open it and clean it because they jam up really easily. So I don't love them, but I guess it's kind of useful to have. All right, here we go. High quality rosin. Okay, I doubt that. Let's see. Interesting. So we've got some rosin flux here. We'll have to test that out. Doubt that's high quality. Alright, we've got a little stand, and it looks like, oh, okay, I'm not sure how that goes back down. Alright, whatever. And we got a little sponge in there, gotta squeeze it in. Interesting. And last but not least, we have this solder wire. 50 grams, 100 grams. Okay, well, which is it? 2.2% flux. The size is not marked, even though there are checkboxes, and there is no indication of the chemistry, which is, you know, good. So we'll have to see if we can figure out what type of solder this is. I'm betting it's lead-free. It doesn't really look very leaded to me, but we'll see. I've got a nice roll of Kester, so this is not something I'm personally going to use. And again, as I said, why include this cheap stuff? Just put the money into the product itself. All right, so let's put this aside. Here's the iron itself, and I guess let's see how these tips go in. I think I'm gonna go with this flat tip here. Let's just kind of push in. It's not bad, not bad at all. If it works, it's really not bad. All right, let's give this a test. Okay, so I've got the world's most advanced soldering setup here. I'm just making do because I'm at college, so this is really janky, but I do want to give this a test in here. So let's see what we've got. So the first thing I'm going to try to figure out is how we get this on. Let's see. Off. Huh, that looks good. Ooh, it's 340. Let's try that. So I have my regular Weller kind of holder here. It does fit in that, so that's cool. Yeah. All right, well, first thing I'm gonna do is just see how it reacts to my nice Kester solder. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that's not bad. Pulls up nicely on the tip there. But that's not bad. That's definitely usable. That sponge, however, is kind of useless. And it's definitely keeping up with the edge of this proto board here. So that's with my nice Kester solder. So what I'll do now is swap it out for the cheap stuff. Oh yeah, that's lead free. Won't even melt. That's pretty nasty. Alright, let's turn the temperature up, see if we can do anything with this crap. Alright, let's see. Ah, so now it will melt. Yeah, that's definitely lead free. Oh, that's nasty. Look at that. Absolute crap. Wow. Won't even... Yeah, this solder is garbage. Okay. We've got this. I need a way to apply it. Okay. I've got the end of a Q-tip here.
Huh?
Wow.
Huh?
Well, that's not gonna work. Okay, I've got some old tweezers. Oh my god. Not too sure how they expect us to apply this. I mean, yeah, it's working somewhat. So the flux that's in the solder is useless. That was the issue. You can see as it wears out now, you start to get that kind of half molten kind of behavior again. Let's retin this here. See if we can flush out the garbage. But definitely not bad. Just tin the end of this wire here. Apologies for my shaky hands. Definitely not a fan of that sponge. Cool, all right, let's shut this down. Let it cool. Okay, so what do I think of the battery-powered soldering iron from Amazon? Is this worth the, I don't know, 23, 24 bucks that I paid for it? Yes, I think it is. If you're doing light soldering work, I don't think this will have a problem. Get yourself some good leaded solder from MG Chemicals or Kester or another one of those brands that makes a good bit of leaded solder, and this will do fine for your light applications. Now, if you're doing some super thick, chunky, I don't know, subwoofer power cables for your car or something, or you're working with heavy ground planes in a PCB, I wouldn't use this for that. I'd get a proper iron. But for lighter stuff where you don't have an outlet available, this does the job. So definitely worth it for how cheap this is. Obviously, don't expect anything amazing, but for light work, yeah, this is fine. So in about a week and a half, I'll be headed home for Thanksgiving break, and when I do that, I'm going to run some more tests on this. We're going to try some different soldering workloads with this and see what it can do and see what it can't. So keep your eyes out for a follow-up video to this where I'm going to try to put this thing more through its paces and try out some other tips and really see what it can do. Next, this solder sucker pump, very basic one. These, you can find them all over the place. Pretty simple. You push in to arm it, melt the solder, and there it goes. Sucks it out. These do work, but again, as I mentioned, you gotta clean them. If you don't clean them, then they get jammed up. So these are not amazing, but they do the job. So it is nice that they include that. In terms for this holder, I'm not a big fan of this. I feel like this little metal thing, it's too easy to brush the iron off, and that can be really dangerous. So I don't like this. Get yourself a better holder like this one from my Weller station. You can just stick it in there, and it keeps it much safer. You can also get a nice big sponge with some slits in it. That way you can clean the tips much easier. So get yourself something like this, but if you absolutely have to use this, it does get the job done, even if that sponge makes it a little annoying to clean the tip. It does get the oxidation off, however, so you can get the job done. All right, let's talk about the tips. In all honesty, it's very nice that they give you 3. I didn't see any other battery-powered iron on Amazon that did that. So that's really nice, and personally, I don't think these are actually that bad. I didn't have any issues where they would get so oxidized that they couldn't be retinned. However, I do take care of my tips. I constantly clean them to get the oxidation off. I always tin them when I'm done with them. So, so far I haven't had any issues, but when I run it through some more tests in my next follow-up video, we'll see how these perform better. I will say it's nice that they have a longer section here that extends into the iron. That's good, because it means there's going to be better thermal transfer to these. Some of them that I saw, the tips were so loose in the iron that they're not going to have a good transfer, but these, they seem okay. Obviously, they're super cheap, but they seem better than some of the worst ones that I've seen, so I'm hopeful that these will hold up. If they don't, I'm going to pin a comment below, so check for that. Okay, and now the bad stuff. So this reportedly high-quality rosin. Yeah, this is not high quality. Solid rosin welding flux. Yeah. I have no idea what they want you to do with this. This is absolutely trash. I could not get this to do anything useful. As you saw, I tried the Q-tip, I tried my metal tweezers, I also tried a toothpick. That also didn't work. The only thing I could ever get this to do was when I stuck my iron right into it, it melted and seemed to work kind of okay, but you can't be doing that. You can't be sticking your iron into flux to apply it to joints. I mean, this is stupid. Like, why would you... No. So this thing is, I mean, look at this, hard as a rock. Hard. No, stupid. All right, now the solder wire itself, this is also really poor quality. I'm pretty sure this is lead-free, and I mean, it has dubious weight. It's either 50 or 100 grams, who knows. The size is, again, dubious, it's not marked, and who knows what the chemistry is. It has some flux in it, but I get the feeling that the flux that's in here is not meant for the chemistry of the solder, because it doesn't allow the solder to flow very well. So this is useless. I don't know why. This is a waste of money. Just put the money that you use to make this garbage into the iron itself and give it maybe a bigger, better battery, because the battery in here only lasts about 30 minutes. So I'm really not sure why they bother with this crap at all. Okay, so this is what I'm keeping from the kit. We got the tips, the iron, the solder sucker, and the little holder. Yeah, this was definitely a very interesting product, and I think it will come in handy. I'm looking forward to running more tests with this in my follow-up videos, so stay tuned for that. And I hope this thing lives up to my initial expectations, because in all honesty, for how cheap this thing is, it's definitely useful. So, so far, I'm very positively impressed. So, as I said, keep an eye out. I'm going to make a follow-up video. We're going to give this thing more tests. But for now, that's all. So thanks for watching, and I hope you're doing well.